Hello and welcome to the Facebook offices here in London and on facebook.com/Noel Gallagher Music. We're here for a very, very special Q&A and an exclusive announcement with one of the most important, significant and talented songwriters this country has ever produced. Is that all right?
I guess so.
There's been a lot of gossip and rumour about exactly what this announcement is going to be, so I'm not going to blather anymore. I'm just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Noel Gallagher. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is the first interview you have given about what exactly? Let's make the exclusive announcement.
Well, this will not come as a shock to anyone. Probably, I have got an album coming out.
Hey,
yeah,
come on!
I got stuff coming out, tours and records and, all that kind of thing, soon.
Okay, so the album, Chasing Yesterday, March 2nd. Yeah, the title, Chasing Yesterday. I mean, let's just start with the most obvious question.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're looking back?
No, that means that effectively it doesn't really have a title because I couldn't really come up with a title for it, and every time I did come up with a title for it, somebody close to me would go, "What's shit in it?" And it wasn't. I literally came up with it maybe last week, I think, and it's a line from one of the songs. But it'll do for now, Well, I have to do for now. If I could change it now, I would change it.
Did you have any awful working titles?
No, I don't know. Dark Side of the Room. Wheat is Murder.
Yeah, Chasing Yesterday's all right, I think.
Yeah, a title's a title, isn't it? It's like, it's not really... It's about the tunes, isn't it, I think, at the end of the day.
So the first solo record, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Bird, #1 record. Did you say a lot better than you thought it was going to do?
Yeah.
So was there the expectation of having to follow up a big success?
Well, yeah, I guess, because on the first record you're kind of into the unknown, so you don't really know what's going. I mean, you kind of got a fair idea what's going to happen, but you don't really know how you're going to be perceived, or I didn't know how I was going to perceive it. And of course, the second time round, you've done it all before, and you've seen who your fans are, and you know what kind of gigs you're going to be doing and what you're up against. So it's different in that sense, yeah. And and I've never really been involved in 2 successful albums in a row, because.
I don't know.
Well, no, not really. I mean, no. After, in the '90s, I think, like after Morning Glory, we blew the one after that, and then I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't seem to react to success very well.
Is this the self-sabotage record? Is this the one where it all goes
wrong?
No,
not at all. I don't know. I don't know. It's a. Like I say, when you know what your audience is, or maybe what's expected of you, it's not. It's different, you know what I mean? You're entering it with in a different headspace, man.
You say headspace. It's a different sounding record.
That's the space in between your head.
It's a different sounding album, isn't it?
Well, I guess if you were to take, you could take a pair of tracks and play them today, and you would think you could take 2 particular tracks and you think, fucking hell, he's gone insane, what's he done there? Then you could take another 2 tracks and think, well, it sounds it sounds like a rock and roll album. Or you could take another 2 different tracks and think, well, that sounds a bit disco. So it's very eclectic, and yeah, I don't really think it's either one album or it's one kind of thing or another. I think it's great. I think it's good though. I think it's great.
Because you produced it yourself, haven't you? For the first time, this is your baby. Totally.
Yeah.
You don't sound.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
I didn't like it, to be honest. I would, because I'd taken it to my producer, who'd worked with me for the last 10 years, and for whatever reason, he didn't do it. No, he didn't want to do it, or he couldn't do it. And I went to see about 4 producers in the end, and at varying stages of the work. When Dave didn't want to do it, I kind of went back in the studio and did a bit more work on the demos just because I had nothing better to do. And And then I won't name the names, I went to see somebody else, and then they didn't want to do it. And then the further it was going on, every time I seen a producer, they would say, look, it's already finished.
Okay.
So they didn't want to get involved, because producers like to get involved from the ground up, you see. So then it was a case of, you know, really starting again with it. And I enjoyed the freedom of it, but I didn't enjoy the kind of managing the sessions. I mean, I'm used to sitting, you know, in a studio and saying to people, so what are we doing today? You know, but I've got now people in the studio turning around to me in one of those swivel chairs and going, so what are we doing today? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I didn't know where I was with it from one end of the week to the next. And of course, doing it in London, I'm kind of out all the time as well. You know what I mean? It was. I mean, the end product is great also, but it was a pain in the arse, I've got to say.
And what's the first track that's going to be taken off it? What's the first single?
The first single was the last thing that was done for it. It's called "In the Heat of the Moment," and that's about it. Doesn't really mean a great deal. I don't know. It is called "In the Heat of the Moment," but is it great? Of course it is. What does it mean? It don't mean anything. Will you love it? Yes, you will.
We've actually got the single artwork up, actually, if you want a bit of a look at it.
The artwork is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at
So
that.
here we go. So I saw this and I was like, oh, that's some sort of computer-generated thing, but it's not, is it?
No, so that's a real distorted photograph, yeah. It'll all become apparent when you see the album stuff. But it's red and it's blue in it, and I'm on it, so, you know. Looking bored. I do like it, though, I've got to say. I do like it. It looks like I've got a crazy haircut there, but that's just a shadow, I can assure you. It looks like I've got a flat top, doesn't it?
And you thought you'd keep the High Flying Birds name?
Yeah, you know, when I started doing this thing, my plan was to change it with every album. So, you know, everything I did was going to be called Noel Gallagher's Something Else. But unfortunately, I couldn't come up with a something else. And that kind of sounded pretty cool. Yeah. And it took me so long to come up with that, I thought, I'm not fucking changing it again. So, I'm stuck with it now. But I kind of like it, yeah. The only other thing is possibly open for me is to ditch the High Flying Birds, maybe, and go to my name. But I'll stick with that for now, I think. Is
that maybe a little bit of fear in being seen?
Fear of my own name?
No, just being a solo artist.
Only my children have fear of that. No, I like my name. I'm not scared of it anyway. I'm not scared of it. I'll kick its fucking head in if it ever starts. What do you mean?
I mean, being, you know, putting yourself just as a solo artist.
No, not really. I mean, you know, if say this was to bomb, what am I going to do? Blame the backing bands?
Blame the backing.
Fucking High Flying Bird idiots.
Yeah.
I never have got you in. No. My name's in the brackets after every song, so it's not fear of that. I just, you know, I mean, I said it last time out. I don't really think my name's very showbiz. Do you know what I mean? If I was called like Noel Stardust or something, you know, or Matt Everett even, you know.
Yeah, hardly.
Yeah. Well, that's as showbiz as it gets. You know. But no, it's not fear of my own name.
Is it nice having it finally out there? Could you say, you know, that it's been ready for a while?
I finished it months ago. Yeah, I finished it actually the day after the World Cup final. I finished it, and I've been because I started it I got really restless after the last tour, and I was meant to have quite a bit of time off, and I didn't. I was kind of doing my head in being at home. So, if you're watching, Sarah, I didn't mean being at home with you or the kids. That's, you know, that's the best part about it. But I got bored, so I kind of went and started it early, and I thought it'd take longer than it did, and I finished it early. So I've been kind of sat on it for a while. It's burning a hole in my pocket at the minute.
Well, you mentioned tour dates. You're going to be going on tour.
I didn't mention tour dates.
As well. Shall I do these?
Yeah. Where am I going?
Okay. Noel Gallagher, UK and Ireland tour dates, March 2015. 3rd of March, Belfast Odyssey Arena. 4th, Dublin 3 Arena. 6th, Nottingham Capital FM Arena. 7th, Glasgow SECC Hydro. 9th, Manchester Arena. 10th, O2 Arena in London.
They've all just sold out.
Just now. European dates, 12th, Paris Zenith. 14th, Milan Fabrique. Oh, this is in March as well. 16th, Berlin Max Schmeling Hall. Thank you. 17th, Copenhagen Store Vega. 19th, Dusseldorf Mitsubishi Electric Hall. 20th, Utrecht, Tivoli Vandenberg. And 22nd, Brussels Ancien Belgique.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
I don't know.
Those two lectures are going to be up on Facebook at the moment and on Noel's website. But it's not just about me yakking on. It's about the people here who've got some questions to ask. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some questions from the audience for you.
Yes, well.
And a bit we'll take some
unless, of course, they've got any for you.
I don't think so. Here we go. Names out of a hat. Old school.
Wow. I thought they were M&Ms.
Sorry?
I thought they were M&Ms that were put down there.
Only brown ones. Right on them. Here we go.
Jamie Wade. Jamie Wade.
Jamie Wade. Jamie, where are you, son? There we go. Hand up. Take the microphone. Hey.
The question was.
Mic one up quickly.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Any of the new tracks going to appear in the Oasis reunion set?
One question in. One question. One question.
What reunion? What reunion set? Am I missing out something here? What does that mean? Say that again. Do any of these new tracks appear in the
new Oasis in the Oasis reunion? When it happens,
when is it happening?
You tell me.
You seem to know a lot more about it than I do. When is it? Give us a shout on it, so I'll give you my number when you.
All right, I'll let you know.
Sorry.
Go on. I mean, one question, that's not bad to get that.
Yeah, well, let's get it out of the way.
Get it done.
Emma Dunn.
Emma. At the back there. Hi, Emma. How you doing? What's your question for Noel?
Hiya. Just wondered, your best songs, do they just pop into your head and you have to write them down there and then? Or do you have to, is it a slow process? You have to sit in a studio?
The majority of the most famous ones, they come quite quick. But then there's been a few that have taken quite a while, like Rock and Roll Star took quite a bit to write. So there's not really any set rule, but generally speaking, the quicker they come, the more memorable they are, I think.
With this new album, I mean, was there? Because it is, from what I've heard of it, the tracks are quite different. You know, there's as you say, there's a bit of psychedelic feel to it. Is that kind of digging in deep and working hard at taking songs to somewhere different? Space jazz was a word that was used.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I've gone there. I know it's a fucking black day, I've got to say, but I know when I write a song, it kind of evokes some kind of mood, and then I just follow that. Really, I don't really set out to make any particular kind of record, or you know. And some songs, yes, they fucking do have saxophones on them. Saxophone solos. Yeah, you're going to love it, by the way. It's not in any way, don't think of Spandau Ballet. No. Think of, I don't know what to think of. Pink Floyd, think of Pink Floyd.
It's quite a Pink Floyd sound.
Yeah. And, but they kind of evoke some kind of feeling, and I guess with producing it myself, I just followed it, and you know, you've got a picture of it in your head somewhere, and sometimes you're not really sure of what that picture is or what the sound is, but you get there. And I'm lucky enough to have worked with the same engineer on my demos for like years now, maybe approaching 15 years, and he's got a good understanding of what I'm on about, even if I don't. And his twin brother is drums in my band, and he can drum anything, so I'm pretty lucky to have worked with those two. And yeah, but I think people will like it. I hope they like it anyway. I think they will.
It'd be useful.
It'd be handy if they bought it and then didn't like it. Yeah.
As long as they buy it, doesn't matter.
But as long as you buy it, then you can I fucking hate it for all I care, I don't care.
Next name.
Nick.
Rosemere.
There you go. Well pronounced. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Noel. Do you ever write lyrics or a few chords and think that sounds too Oasis and throw it away, or has nothing ever changed about your songwriting methods?
Well, when I was in Oasis, I used to think that all the time. Yeah. I don't. Well, no.
Three-word answer.
And even if I did, it wouldn't stop me. If it was a great song, it wouldn't stop me from writing it. There's a song on this record that's taken me 23 years to finish.
Which one's that?
Some of these. Oh no, it is called Lock All the Doors, and I gave a bit of it away to the Chemical Brothers in the 90s when we did Setting Sun, and I always meant to finish it off, and I could never. Every time I would, you know, be writing songs, I'd think, oh, I must try and finish that. I could never get. I kept the chorus, but I could never find a way of getting the verse to tie in with this chorus. And one afternoon, I was coming out of the Tesco Metro from where I live in Maida Vale,
Right.
and I don't know what it was. It just hit me, just coming around the corner, just by the boots. And it just came to me in a flash of inspiration, and it's taken. This song called Lock All the Doors it was never released by Oasis. It's a very old. It's from 1993, but the chorus was so fucking brilliant that I never gave up on it. So no, I don't really think things sound too Oasis.
Well, the point, if we ever see you outside sort of Tesco's and Boots...
Leave me alone.
It means you're trying to get a song bit right.
Right, this surname sounds like, it looks like a registration plate to me, so give me... Stephanie... Is anybody going to own up to this surname? What does that say? Is it upside down? No.
Stephanie Hulp. Hulp. There we go. She's there.
How'd you say it?
It's a German name, Heupel.
Of course it is.
It makes you want to cry. Is it on the record?
Yeah, it's not. It's never been. Yes, it's never been called that. It's called "The Dying of the Light." And
what's this?
It's a song that one of this mob bootlegged over the last. I'd say it's been on the internet for about. I did it on a sound check during the last tour, and somebody taped it and put it up on the internet. And I thought, you know, I'll leave it there, you know. And it's been, you know, been played quite a few times. And well, as with these things, they always get the title wrong. And they call it "It Makes Me Want to Cry," which is a shit title for a song. And unless, of course, it's a song about an onion, but it isn't, obviously. It's called "The Dying of the Light," which is a fucking brilliant title for a song. There. So yes, it is on the album, yes. Thanks for asking.
How do you feel about when stuff from maybe sound checks pops up online, or stuff maybe in like in a demo form?
If it's shit, I would have it removed. But as luck would have it,
the internet closed down.
But no, not that would have the internet removed. But as luck would have it, this particular version of it was brilliant, so I left it there for people to enjoy. It was only an acoustic thing anyway, do you know what I mean? The finished version is far more grandiose affair.